What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. We are here at the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Wednesday, January 17th, 2024. Um, my name is Chris once again. I'm a sports reporter, also broadcaster and proprietor of this Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, where I like to talk to different individuals, not only in my genre, but in other genres as well, getting to know their why of why they pursued what they pursued and getting to know them beyond their occupation. My next guest here, her name is April Melton. Okay, she is a managing partner for Shapiro Search Partners. She's been a client manager, a staffing account executive. She's been a sales representative, and she also is the co-host of a podcast of her own called Big Girl Pants. So we are going to get into all that and talk to her about her why of why she started the podcast, why she's doing what she's doing, and ask her some fun questions. So without any further ado, I bring to you the wonderful, the talented April Melton. Good morning, April.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just want to start off by saying you look absolutely lovely today.
Thank you.
Very welcome, very welcome. And I just want to say welcome to my podcast, Work Harder, Play Harder. I would like to ask you, how's your week going so far?
Great. Where are you? Where are you? Where do you live?
So I'm based off in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. So you're used to the cold weather. I'm in Texas and we're like dying down here.
Yeah. It was -7 yesterday. So
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
yeah, it was freezing. I mean, I was actually I had to go outside and drop off some trash. And I had my headphones on and I wanted to change the song and I had my gloves on too, because you got to get prepared when you go outside for
I
-7.
know. Yeah.
So I had everything on. And I was about to take my glove off to change the song, and it was so damn cold. I said, "No, forget it. Let the song roll. Whatever the song is rolling." Took
Whatever
my
it is, I'm
fingers.
not changing it. Ain't nothing happening now. Over it.
I'm done. And it was a short walk to the trash can now, but
I know.
unfortunately, no, it was too cold. It's -7, too cold. So,
Oh, thank
once
you.
again, thank you for coming on. I just wanted to kind of give you a brief background on why I wanted to have you on.
Of
I
course.
saw that you are a managing partner, with Shapiro. I believe it's Shapiro, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
hmm
I know you've been a staff and accountant. I know you've been sales representative at a company. I know you've been a client manager. One of the most things that also intrigued me the most, though, was your podcast, right? It's called Big
Thank you.
Girl.
Yeah.
And you're the co-host of that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's intriguing. I want to find out more about that. So I want to find out more of your why, of why you do what you do on a daily basis, but also why you wanted to start the podcast as well. So, and connect with you because
Yeah.
you're on a podcast.
Yeah.
So why not?
So we started our podcast back in 2018. It was who is now my CEO of Shapiro Search Partners. Her name's Kimberly Shapiro,
Mm,
and myself. And we always have these really good conversations at work. So I was like, we should start a podcast. Like, we should talk about these things because so many people will identify with these things. And like, I think that we would add value for people who go through similar things. Most of the um, reason behind starting the podcast was because of like being a working mom and trying to
cool.
figure out and like how to navigate like being a mom, being an employee, being a professional, like all of it. But it just slowly turned into like things that I found interesting. And my CEO left like in 2021, I think. She exited the podcast. She was just not interested in doing it anymore, but I loved it. And I haven't recorded an episode. It's been a couple months now because I had a son 9 months ago.
Okay.
So once he was born, it's like kind of hard for me to like figure out because my studio is an hour away. So I have to drive an hour and then book
Oh,
the guests and then be there. Yeah. So it's like 100% commitment. But I think now that we're like getting into the groove of it, I'll start recording more episodes. But it's my passion project. I absolutely love it. I love interviewing people. I love learning about people's stories. I love getting new perspectives, learning new things, both from men, women, everybody. I absolutely love it.
Well, whenever you do get that thing popping, please shoot an invite towards my way. I wouldn't mind being on something like that. That's for sure.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. I want to ask you about University of Phoenix. That's the college that you went to. Were there any other colleges in your mind that you wanted to go to, or was that
Oh,
like
for sure. Yeah.
you just set on that?
So I lived in a city called Duncanville, which is near Dallas, Texas.
Mhm.
And then I went to Dallas County Community College first, and then I met my husband. And he and I moved to North Dakota, Kansas, Pittsburgh. We moved all over the place because he was in oil and gas. So I was like,
Right,
well, I definitely want to finish my degree, but I can't just keep going to school everywhere. So
right.
I chose to do it online, and it was pretty convenient. Um, I will say if I had my way, I would love to have gone to a brick and mortar school just to be on campus because what I found too is like when I started going to community college, I really loved it. Like I loved school. I loved learning. I loved my professors. I loved everything. It was
Absolutely.
like so fun for me, especially as like an adult, not being
Absolutely.
like, in high school or whatever. So,
It's much different. No question about it. As an adult now, as we are in high school, you got a lot of different things going on, and your mind is racing so
yeah,
many
and you
different
don't
ways.
care.
Right. You just your
I
attitude
didn't
is
care.
different. No caring, none at all. But as an adult, you're more mature, you're more relaxed, and it's actually more fun because you get to really
It's
connect with
way more
people.
fun. Yeah.
So I love that. What'd you
Yeah.
get your degree in?
Just business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about that. Your what you do as far as the Shapiro search partner.
So
So what
yeah,
you do?
I'm the managing partner.
Okay.
I'm also selling. I'm a selling like manager.
Mhm.
And I've been in sales since 2016.
Wow. Okay.
Um, yeah, and I've been in the industry and staffing and recruiting since 2016. And all I do is sell. That's my job. Like, yeah. And it's kind of hard to explain, but like I work alongside recruiters. So like I go out and I find the clients that need to hire the talent, and then I bring the positions back to my recruiters. They find the candidates, and then I send those candidates to my clients.
So you're a middleman. That's pretty much what you are.
That's all I do. I'm
Okay.
the
I like
matchmaker. That's what I call it. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so how does one? Let me ask. How does one get started with that kind of business? Right.
Honestly, and most people that are in this industry will tell you they just fell into it. Like, there's no degree you can go to school for, except for potentially HR if you want, if you are interested in HR and you know that that's something you want to do. But even HR is completely separate from talent acquisition. Like, while it may seem like it falls under the same umbrella, in most companies, in especially larger companies, it's completely separate. Like human resources has completely separate job responsibilities than talent acquisition. Talent acquisition is only doing recruiting and finding new talent for the company. Human resources is trying to retain and maintain the current employees that they have. So I literally fell into it. I was bartending, and one of my friends who I used to work with back in college, like in the beginning of college, she was like, "Hey, do you like want to get out of this?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I want to get out of this." Like, yes. And she got me an interview, and I interviewed with a company called Addison Group, which is like a pretty big recruiting firm.
Mhm.
They're actually based in Chicago, their headquarters. And I started in recruiting, quickly moved into sales, and I've been in sales ever since.
Now I know you say you was moving around. Are you originally from Texas, or where are you originally from?
Yes. Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
that. I like that.
Near
I
Dallas.
actually
Yeah.
lived there, so no doubt. I've been to Houston. Have been in Dallas. Sorry about the Cowboys, by the way. Uh,
Listen,
yeah, that was tough.
anybody who's really a Cowboys fan, like I can't. I just can't. I literally can't. I don't understand. It's been 30 years, like almost
Mm.
the same amount of time that I've been alive since they've won a Super Bowl. Like I don't understand it.
It's that one was a tough one to break down. I was literally at work, and I had literally went because I'm also a casino host as well as a sports reporter. So I was at my casino job and I went and helped somebody. And I was like, okay, cool. She needed help. That's great. It was 7-0. It was great. And then I came back from helping that person and all of a sudden it was 27. I was like, well, damn,
What?
what happened? Like, what's
It's
going on?
literally the definition of insanity. You go into every season expecting something different, and they always choke every time.
I know it. And that's
No
tough.
point.
You know, we have to get some sports in here because I'm a sports guy. And we will actually with this next thing that we're gonna do, which is favorite things. I like to ask all my guests that's on here some favorite questions, and you just give me the 411 based upon these questions. Are you with me, April?
I'm with you.
Okay, let's do it. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Oh yeah, I love to cook. Probably like a ribeye with like some chimichurri sauce and maybe some good veggies or something to go with it. That'd probably be
Okay.
my favorite.
No wonder you married. I'll tell you that right now. That is a beautiful thing. That sounds like a beautiful meal. No question about that. Okay. I love that though, by the way. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Favorite concert? That's a good question.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I've liked them all. They've all been awesome. I
What's
don't
what's
know.
what's two that stick out? What's two concerts that you would say that stick out?
Well, when I was like 21, I went to go see John Mayer. That was pretty cool. And
Oh, okay.
I saw, um, I think I saw Aerosmith like back when I was like 15. That was a really cool concert.
Wow. Aerosmith, Steven
I know,
Tyler.
way back.
Oh, yes, you did.
Steven Tyler.
I like that though. That's what's up. And John Mayer, I mean, who don't
He's
like
a
them?
goat. Every girl loves him. What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? I know.
He got a couple songs that that rock out to me. Gravity's probably one that comes to mind.
Good one.
What's the world song? Waiting on the world to change. There we go.
That one's good too.
Yeah, I like that.
You just
So
keep waiting forever.
right, no doubt,
I
no
know.
doubt.
It's
Um,
terrible.
favorite sport you like to watch on TV, and favorite sport you like to see in person.
Ooh, I mean, if I had to watch a sport on TV, it would probably be football, just because when I was younger, I played, so I understand the game.
Really?
Um, yeah, in like middle school and the beginning of high school, I played. Yeah,
Okay,
it was fun, but that I understand that game the most. If I have to watch a sport, if I don't have to, I don't care.
I
Not even
feel it.
one. Yeah.
I, are you college and pros or just pros?
Probably just pros. That's all my husband watches. So like if it's on, I'll watch it. Whatever.
Okay, I like that. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Ooh. Maybe maybe St. Thomas. That was really nice.
Ooh, now what trip
Hmm.
was that? Was that like a family trip, a honeymoon trip? What was that?
No, that was just like for fun, for funsies. And it was
Okay.
great. I met like some really cool people there, some like gym owners that are from the States, but it's the US Virgin Islands, so it's like you don't need a passport to go there. It was really nice. I loved it.
Yeah, it is. I like that. Okay. Favorite restaurant?
Mm, that's tough. Fast food or like fancy food? Does it matter?
No, don't matter at all.
Probably like In and Out. Probably my favorite.
Ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
that
Now you
place is
speaking
bomb.
my language, girl. You speaking my
Yeah,
language. I'm a West Coast kid, being from San Diego, so In and Out was popping back in the day.
so
No,
good.
no doubt. Best shakes in the world.
I know, always fresh too. They're like so nice to you.
Oh yes, absolutely. No doubt. I used to get the double double and with a vanilla shake. So I was good with that.
Easy, easy.
Um I want to talk to you about mental health. Now obviously your industry is a little different than mine. Anytime you deal with journalism, the words that you hear are burnout and overworked, underpaid. You hear those words quite a bit in my industry.
Yeah,
Um, I want to talk to you about your mental health, right? Because you could be working kind of, I'm not sure if it's a 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 kind of shift. It could be long hours, could be short hours. I'm not sure. But how do you keep your mental health strong dealing with the industry that you deal with and being the middleman and trying to connect all these companies? Because sometimes,
yeah, it's not easy.
yeah, yeah.
I would say the best thing that I could do for myself as far as professionally is like being around like-minded people. Like because we're such a small company, it's just the three of us. We all share in the struggles, the strife, and the wins. I mean, wins and losses. And like for anything, I always like feel my feelings. Like if I'm frustrated, if I'm sad, if I'm happy, whatever. Like I never try to push them down because I know that they're going to come out some way. And if I don't deal with them, like when they're happening, then they're going to come out and somebody else is going to have to deal with them later. So definitely try to feel my feelings.
Yeah. Do you for me, I like to write poetry. I like to go work out at the gym. Like to do kind of sports stuff, maybe pickleball every now and then, basketball. I just like to kind of be active a little bit.
Pickleball is like the newest just craze. Like everybody loves it. I'm like, where did it come from?
Right. It jumped out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
But it's fun. It's great. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
I train every morning, like at 4:30 in the morning. I go to the gym.
Ooh, okay.
And I tell my kids too, like I do this so that I'm the best mom that I can be to you guys. Like I'm not, like I want to show up. I want to be the best employee, the best wife, the best mom, like the best
I'm
friend,
sure
all of
you
it.
are. You seem wonderful. I assume you are.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. I'm sorry to cut
But
you
yeah,
off.
definitely working out for sure. Always, every day, even if it's just cardio.
Wow. 4:30 in the morning. I know if I was there, I'd be like, I don't know if I could get to you 4:30 in the morning, April, but I
I'm
definitely
telling
would
you,
I
4:30. Well, I
definitely
have
early.
to do it before everybody wakes up.
I know. I understand that. I'm still a bachelor, so I don't, I understand it, but then I can't really relate to
Yeah,
it.
maybe one day.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
hoping.
one day.
I'm hoping so. That's for sure. Um, I like that. I do. I like that a lot. I want to ask you this question here. What job that you have has had the most impact on you and why? Right? Because you've had a plethora of jobs that you've done, but what job that you've done has had the most impact on you, or you learned the most from to prepare you for the job you have now?
That's a good question. I would say probably my last position with PRG. I had the most success that I had ever had in my career in that position, and it really gave me the confidence to do the job that I'm doing now. Because, I'm working for a startup now, which means it's all us, it's all on us. So like
Yeah.
without the experience from that job and having so much success and connecting with so many people and serving so many clients, I wouldn't have had the confidence that I do now to leave that job and to come and basically build something of my own or our
Mm,
own. Yeah.
okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. Now, what's PRG stand for?
Peyton Resource Group. It
Peyton
was
Reed.
another staffing firm here in DFW.
Okay, got you. So, okay, I wanna hear a pitch, like because you're dealing with recruitment. I want to hear like it don't have to be long, but I want to hear like a pitch that you would do to me to try to sell me on something. Because you say you in sales, so what is a typical pitch that you would give a client that you're trying to?
Well, it's easy to ask for a pitch, but the difference is I don't really pitch. So like I would do my best to try to identify some of the pain points and the problems that you're dealing with, and
Okay,
then I try to mold my pitch around what it is that I could do for you or to help alleviate some of the stress. Because if you think about it, like companies like mine, when you're hiring,
mhm,
hiring is a full-time job. So
yes,
if you already have a job, you don't have another 40 hours a week to hire. So like, let me take that off your plate. Let me introduce some people that I think might be a good fit for your organization, and then you
sure.
take it from there.
Okay, okay. So have you dealt with any kind of sports media or sports kind of companies? Yeah.
Um, No, I have done like I've worked with some digital marketing companies. So
Mhm.
like some digital arms of like some really popular publications from down here, like some really popular newspapers or news channels, whatever. They always have a digital marketing um not vertical, but department.
Sure.
I've done that, but I've never worked with any sports media before.
Okay, okay. I'm hoping that you do. I'm just throwing it
Yeah,
out there.
me too.
That'd be pretty dope. That'd be pretty cool. I want to do this or that with you, April. And what this or
Okay,
that is that I'm going to throw a couple things at you, and then what you do is just decide on which one you want. Are you with
cool.
me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Popeyes or KFC?
Ooh, Popeyes for sure.
Okay, that was going to depend a lot of our friendship, April. You picked the wrong one. I'm just going to
Oh,
say.
they're the goat. They're the best. Yeah, for sure. Except, you know what I miss about KFC? Those honey barbecue chicken wings, bruh. The best.
I love
The
it.
best. That's from like 20 years ago, though.
That is. It's quite some
I
time, but
know.
I still know. Those are my high school days you're talking about. So
So
yeah,
good.
I
The
feel it.
best.
Okay. Um, since we're talking about chicken, barbecue or lemon pepper, which flavor?
Damn, that's tough. Wings, lemon pepper. Everything else, barbecue.
Okay. Bone in or boneless?
Bone in, always.
So you like it messy, is what you're saying.
Boneless are chicken nuggets. Like, let's be real. That's a chicken nugget.
I've heard that so many times on this podcast. I love it though. I love it. I can't argue with it because you're right. But it's
I
just a
know.
matter of, do you want to get messy or do you don't? Because boneless you can eat with a fork. Bone in, you just,
True, true.
you know what I mean? But I like both. It don't matter to me. Chicken wing, chicken wing. I don't
You're
matter.
like, I'm an equal opportunity chicken eater. Thank you.
Hello. Don't matter. Grilled, fried, baked, don't matter. It
Yeah,
could
both
be
are great.
no doubt. Okay. Now, this next question has to do with taking something off. Okay. So I'm gonna give you 4 different desserts. Do you like desserts, by the way?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So
Who
one of these
doesn't?
you're gonna take off, you cannot eat again. Okay.
Okay.
So A is pies, B are cakes, C is ice cream, D is honey buns. Which one you taking off to where you cannot eat anymore?
Pies, for sure. Pies can get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
easy. Done.
I love it. I love it. Say deuces to the pies. Okay. I feel that. I feel that. All right. You answered that pretty easy. These next 3 have to do with music. Which artist would you rather see? Now, which artist would you rather see? Would you rather see Beyonce or would you rather see Janet Jackson?
So hard. Probably Janet Jackson, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
All right. You know she's going back on tour. She's coming
I
back
can't
out.
believe that. That's insane.
Yes, indeed. Right. That's wild. That's
Good for
definitely
her, though.
wild.
Get your money, sis. Go ahead.
Right? Do your
Hmm.
thing.
I
I
know.
might have to go see her because I haven't seen her live ever. So I might have to do that.
Ever.
No
I
doubt.
know.
Um, which artist would you rather see? Luke Combs or Morgan Wallen?
Uh, I guess if I had to pick, I don't know. I guess Morgan Wallen. I'm not really like a country person.
Okay, okay. So hold on, we'll switch it up. I like that. Which artist would you rather see? Brandy or Monica?
Oh, man. Probably Brandy.
Okay, okay, Brandy. I like that. I like that. All right, last one for the music. Which group would you rather see? Okay, would you rather see? Would you rather see SWV or would you rather see Silk?
I don't know. Maybe SWV.
SWV. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
Probably bowling.
Are you a good bowler?
I'm decent.
What's decent?
Not great.
April, what's decent? Like, are we cracking 100?
But yeah, 100 for sure.
Okay, all right.
100
And
minimum. I do
do you
pretty
need
good.
do you need the bumpers?
No.
You'd be surprised how many people on this podcast have said otherwise. Grown adults that said they need the bumpers. I was like, wow, that's different. I can't bowl with you. Sorry, can't do that. But that's okay. You don't need it, and you say you'll crack 100, so that's good. I'm with
Yeah.
that. Okay. This next one has to do with a sport that you rather attend to see. We talked about football. Which one would you rather attend to see? Baseball or basketball?
Um, Honestly, probably baseball.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Outside of Dallas, I'm going to throw these 2 other cities in Texas, which one would you rather go and visit and be around and hang out in? Houston or San Antonio?
That's what we're doing. I mean, Houston's cool, but it's just so busy and the traffic is so bad. So probably San Antonio, because if I'm leaving Dallas and I have to stay in Texas, I hope that it would be like relaxing and for fun. I have to
Mhm.
go to Houston a lot for work, so it's like, just the same as Dallas. Just
Okay.
more
Okay.
traffic.
I've never been to San Antonio, by the way. Never have.
It's pretty chill. They have like the River Walk and the Alamo and all that stuff. Like it's pretty fun.
Okay, I like that. This is the last one of this or that. Okay. Which restaurant are we rocking with? Are we gonna rock with Whataburger? Or are we gonna rock with any other burger joint? Meaning McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Which one are we picking?
I don't know. I'm pretty loyal. Whataburger's pretty good.
Okay. Fun
It's
fact
a
here.
Texas. It's
Never
a
had Whataburger.
Texas. Yeah, it's a Texas staple.
Is it?
Hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let you tell it now. From your ears, from your mouth to my ears. I'm letting you tell it. I'm just saying. I never had it, so I don't know. I don't know what's the
It's
fascination
pretty
about
good, but you can't just get like a normal burger from there. You have to get like one of the specialty burgers that they make. They're way better.
it. Okay. All right. I like that. If you wasn't doing selling or being a part of business, right?
Hmm.
What career would you pursue and why?
I would probably be a podcaster full time. That would be the best job ever.
Now, what are some of your favorite topics that you like to talk about?
Um, Honestly, there's so many. Mental health, um, you know, anybody's career, really, professionalism in the workplace, being politically correct, parenting, relationships,
Mhm.
everything,
I think the
everything.
top two for me would be relationships. I definitely would love to talk about that because I need some wisdom passed upon me on that one for sure. But also what to talk in the workplace because everybody's had a job where they've had where whether you've been in a cubicle or you've been in a setting where you've had a bunch of people around you.
Yeah.
Always fascinating to really hear people talk about different things. Like for me, uh, talking about police, religion, politics, those three things, I try to stay away from in the workplace for sure because
I mean, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
it's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Talking about those
I
three.
know.
Is there any topics that you stay off course? Like, nah, we can't discuss this. We can't talk about that.
That's the cool thing about my industry is that it's really like the gray area for corporate America. Like every company that I've worked at, we've been very lax and we get to see what other companies do and how they either treat their employees really well or how they mistreat their employees or things that they take seriously and things they don't take seriously or unrealistic expectations or realistic expectations. So like the cool thing about recruiting is that like we see everything. So there's not a lot that we can't talk about, but there's still some things that like you just I would say for me is keep your personal life personal. Like your coworkers and your colleagues are not your friends. Like they can be your work friends and you can keep them at a safe distance, but like keeping things close to the chest because it's just really not anybody else's business. Like what you're doing on the weekend, what you're doing at night, like what you're doing with your friends, like just keep the two separate. Just it's just best for everyone.
It's definitely much safer. There's no question about that. I
It's
mean,
a lot safer.
once you start linking up with friends in the workplace, you
Mm-mm.
really start seeing people habits and people how they talk and
Or
gossip
you
and
stay too late at the happy hour, you have one too many drinks at the happy hour. Like,
hello,
no,
hello, yes, no doubt about
we
it. And
cannot.
I promise you, I am a sports, like I said, sports journalist. So I work with other different sports journalists. But my casino job, I'm the only male in our department, the only male, and I'm also the second youngest of all the ladies that are there. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I've never been around so many ladies that chirp in my life. It was quite different at this one. So I'm like, yeah, I got to keep y'all at a distance. Yeah, it's cool to
Yeah.
be cool
You're like,
with
I
y'all.
can't be telling y'all my whole life story.
Oh no, I can't do that because my stuff it be up on Hollywood story, the true
I
Hollywood
know.
story.
They be
Thing.
telling everybody about everything.
Yeah, so you're right. You're definitely right about that. And this is a bonus question because I always like to ask at least ladies this: do you think that ladies are more catty and chatty than men in the workplace?
I've seen both. I've seen both. I do think that women have a tendency to be more chatty, but I think that men sometimes will say something to your face and then think something completely separate when you like behind your back or whatever. Like that's the experiences that I've had.
I love to ask that question because you get different answers like that. I know for me, I'm too much, for lack of a better term, I'm too blunt at
Yeah.
times. I like to be honest. I like to be honest and nice, April. I really do. But if I had to
That's
choose
what's
one,
important.
right, right. But if I had to choose one, I would choose honesty over being nice.
Yeah.
I really do. That's just me, my preference. I don't want to be an a-hole, but at the same time, I really do want to get my message across to people like that. And I feel like the workplace sometimes people don't know how to separate that, and I'm pretty blunt with mine. Like, yo, we're not talking about this right here, right now.
Yeah.
Uh, it's probably best we don't talk
That
about
can
it
be
after
tough
this is
too,
done.
because people, get their feelings hurt or they're sad or whatever. They don't like what you have to say or whatever.
Right. And is that because everything that you say can be depicted by someone else and it can be looked at differently by other people. Like some people would
Yep.
say, you said they'll be sad with feelings. Some others would understand. So it's just a depiction, it's really just what you think of it. But
Yeah.
I can't really base my words on what you think because I don't know what you're thinking. So I just gotta know, hey, this is what I'm saying. This is the way I'm saying it. You take it for what it is. So I just wanted to ask that bonus question because I always like to ask that question a lot, especially with ladies that I have here on the podcast for sure. What advice, April, that you've gotten that you hold on dearly to, the two-part question, and what advice would you give someone that wants to be in this industry that you are, that wants to start in this industry? What advice would you give them?
Um, to have thick skin and to not take things personally, like
Hmm,
especially in this industry, people will lie to you. They will avoid you. They will ghost you. They will stop talking to you. And like their head trash or their stuff about themselves has nothing to do with you. So like try not to take it personally. I can't tell you how many times candidates have completely ghosted me, clients have ghosted me, or whatever the case may be. But like that has nothing to do with you. That's not a reflection of how good you are at your job or how bad you are at your job or, whatever. People are going to be people no matter what. So I I personally feel like if you're putting good out into the world, into the universe by doing your job, you're doing the right thing, you're being honest and transparent with everybody, like
right.
then good things will come to you. But if you are, not telling the truth or keeping secrets or, whatever the case may be, it's like that will come back for you too. And like I think that some of the best advice I ever got is just I don't want to say this, but it's like people suck. People suck. And like and in the best and the worst ways. Like it would be really awesome if everybody could just tell you the truth all the time, but they won't. And sometimes you won't get closure, both from, your clients, from candidates, from a job process, from anything. But like that doesn't mean that you can't be successful in this industry. Like
Sure.
it's still I would never choose a different job. I would not choose to sell a different service. Like this is the only industry where, excuse me, your product can tell you no because your product is a person and your product could be like, no thanks. Like I don't want to take that job. I don't want to go to that interview. I don't want to do this. Like, but it's okay. Even though you may not find it with that person, you'll find it with somebody else. You'll fill the job with another person, like whatever. It's 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 a great industry and it's like the quietest industry. Nobody really knows about like the recruiting world, you know?
Right. Then that's why I asked that question because there might be some people that, may look at this once it's posted and they might say, hey, I got a question for April, or how do I get into this, or a different question that Kristen asked. And also, it's good to ask that question because like you said, building that thick skin. How long did it take you to build that? Or did you initially, when you got into it, did you initially have that? Because sometimes it takes a while for people to build that when they never went through
Yeah,
experience.
I would say it probably took me like 6 months to a year for sure.
Okay. Okay.
Because I'm a really like I'm a caring person. I'm a bleeding heart. Like I want to help everybody. I still want to be a good like I want to be a good person. I want to help you. And
Sure.
I feel like most people are like that, and you learn quickly that not everyone is like that.
Oh yeah. There's no question about that in any industry that you're talking about.
For sure.
No question. You let people step on you, they will step on you. There's no question about it.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I like that advice though. April, I need two people in your mind that are on LinkedIn that would love to come here and talk to me on my podcast about their why and what they do.
That's a good question. I'll have to think about like who I think would be a good like interview for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great conversation
And
because
people that are in my network that would like be able to connect with you and like come on your podcast. I will definitely like I'll have to send you them via LinkedIn. I'll send you their profiles.
sure, absolutely. That'd be absolutely dope.
I actually have there's someone that I talked to this morning. She would be good because she's starting her own nonprofit. And then I have another person in mind, but yeah, I can definitely send you some referrals, some
Absolutely.
recommendations.
Where can people find you to talk to you? If they, like I said, have questions for you or want to talk to you about your industry or how to start, what you deal with, what you go through, where can people find you outside of LinkedIn?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn or you can I'm on pretty much every social network, April Melton. And then if you have any like work questions, industry questions, my email address is april@shapirosp.com. Yeah, pretty much any social platform you can find me. I'm pretty accessible.
You are absolutely wonderful. I don't have that much time to tell you how wonderful you are, but I will tell you this: it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Just hearing your story about your why, of why you went to the school you went to, why you do what you do, the job of PRG before having the most impact on you. The fact that you are a 100 pin bowler minimum, that's what you get, 100 pins, as you stated, and you are a bone in wing person that you like to eat. Sorry about them Cowboys once again. Hopefully next year. I know
Yeah.
you heard that the past 30 years, but it is what it is. Some people
They're
don't have
terrible.
right. Some people don't have a championship like my franchise, the Chargers. We saying hopefully next year just to get to the
Okay.
playoffs. So it
Yeah,
is what
but
it is.
like those are so many teams ago, you know? Like, yeah,
Right.
the Cowboys have rings, but like where they at now? You know? Where you
Well,
at now?
well, you're right. I mean, we can't talk about the past. We got to talk about the present. You're absolutely right about it.
Exactly. And the
But
future. Where are we going? We ain't going nowhere.
well, we certainly don't know what the future holds. We hope that some of the Cowboys people stay, but we know that some of them gonna go. This was a bad loss. There's just no other way to put that for sure.
That's true.
April, once again, this has been an absolute pleasure talking to you on my podcast. Work harder, play harder. This is April Melton. As I always end, I should say, is there anything else you would like to add about yourself or anything before we conclude?
Think so. My only advice to anyone listening would just be do the things that scare you. So that those turn out to be the most fun.
I like that. I don't think I've ever heard it put like that. Do the things that scare you. Those normally turn out to be the most fun. I like that. I
Yeah,
really
man.
do. Well, listen, stay in touch. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will definitely talk soon. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.